Hello, Wild Hearts, and welcome to Untamed Tuesdays. So, I am starting up a new series where every Tuesday I will post a video on healing, shadow work, personal development, self care, self love, all of the wellness goodies. And I'm doing that because I've been working in this arena for some time. I realized that people aren't quite ready to take the plunge and just start working with someone. And so I want to offer some tools and techniques and processes that could help anyone, really, whether you've been on this journey for a while or maybe you're just dipping your toes in, that you could use in your everyday life. So I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Jennifer Kittredge. I'm an embodiment guide. My background is in mental health therapy. I worked in the adoption field for a very long time, working with women, and then I went into private practice and also home health. And so I just have a passion to see women reclaim their wild. And what does that mean? That means uncovering those pieces of yourself that you have buried for fear of criticism, judgment, abandonment, rejection. Maybe somebody told you were too much, you're too loud, you're too this, you're too that, or you're operating out of shoulds, right? Our society puts a lot of shoulds on women. And a lot of us operate from those shoulds instead of really being aligned with our authentic self and operating out of our intuition and alignment with who we are. So I am just going to touch on this a little bit today, but I want you to think about how to know when your wild is calling. And so what does your wild look like for you? What are you burying? What are some dreams and desires that you have? What are some things that are really holding you back? What are limiting beliefs that you are, allowing fear to come in? What's the story that's on the tape that keeps going around in your head? And so some of the ways that you can know that your wild is calling, I wrote them down because I didn't want to forget them. So is if you're feeling restless in your life, where are you feeling restless? Where are you feeling like, ugh, I'm just like, there's something else, there's something more. If you're tired of your routine, right? Maybe you need to shake things up, okay? This is a really clear sign that you are longing or desiring for something more, right? You crave excitement and adventure, yet you're not doing anything about that. Like maybe it's you want to go on that trip, or maybe you want to go kayaking, or maybe you want to go skydiving, or maybe you just want to go for a walk in nature, or maybe you want to connect with other people or go to a retreat. What is it that you're craving in the excitement and adventure area? Right? Maybe you're tired of hiding and wearing emotional masks. Maybe you're tired of not speaking your truth, right? And so you're feeling restless in these areas. Maybe you're just desiring more out of life. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I really want more. I just don't know where to start. Or, maybe that seems so silly. It's not silly, but these could be the stories that you're thinking in your head. Okay. Maybe you feel like you don't fit in. And that's a big one. And that was a big one for me. So I've never felt like I fit in, right? I've always felt like an outsider. I've always felt like just out of the crowd. And it was something that I was like, it was hard at first, but now I'm like, I don't care if I fit in or not, right? I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And I really want to align with people who are my tribe. And so maybe you're in a tribe where you're walking on eggshells and you just don't feel like you fit in, or they're not encouraging you, or they're holding you back. Well, then that's not your tribe, because your tribe should be people who really encourage you and want the best for you and are, cheering you on and telling you to go for it and helping you along the way. So if you're like, not being able to be your authentic self, then you're not in the right tribe. So maybe, you are tired of wearing masks and you're tired of, hiding parts of yourself. Okay, another one is you long for depth and deep connection. And so I used to have a lot of surface relationships, and I was a really bad communicator and wasn't able to really express what I was feeling or where I was missing out on things or, any of that. And so when I started to be able to get vulnerable in relationships, and that's where that depth and connection comes in. But if you can't be vulnerable with people and you can't be your true self, then you're not going to have that depth and everything is going to stay on the surface. So maybe that's where your wild is. Maybe you're longing for that depth and that connection. Okay. So, and then it said, I wrote, you're ready to step in to yourself and do the work to heal. So maybe there are pieces of yourself that you need to heal. Maybe there are things that are coming up, emotions that are coming up that you're trying to suppress and that you don't want to look at. That is a clear indicator that you need to look in those areas. And I know that's not fun, but I will tell you, doing the deep work just makes your life that much more juicier and luscious, because you get to heal those pieces and then you get to move on and really be in this place of alignment with yourself. So when we're burying parts of ourselves and we're not reclaiming our wild, and we're hiding pieces of ourselves below the surface, we're not living authentically. So I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know if you're feeling any of these things, where it is you want to reclaim your wild, and where it is you want to see some improvement in your life, because you are the creator of your story. Nobody else is. It's you. And until you learn that, you're going to remain stuck in these limiting beliefs and patterns and playing that same tape in your head. So once you can grasp that and start doing the work to peel back those layers, the whole world will open up for you. So I hope this was a little bit helpful and got you thinking today. I will be back next week with another Untamed Tuesday, but until then, stay wild.